Deep Mindfulness Collective. This right here, right now, is the joy of being a live stream coming to you live from Brooklyn, New York, folks. Lovely to be here with you as always. Okay, excuse me. Let us dive right in. Folks, how are you doing? What's up? What's new? And where are you at? What are you grateful for? That's what I'm grateful for. Processing emotion in my sleep. I'm hearing a lisp and I'm realizing I'm wearing my little things. My tooth breakers. It's kind of doing something. Okay, folks, where are you at? What are you grateful for? What's new? What's happening? What is the deal? And then we'll go from there. We're going to discover what is going on. Wow. This tooth does actually feel straighter than usual. Very exciting. Exciting stuff. Okay, folks, hit me. Where are you at? What are you grateful for? We got a high-speed chase of a stream today. We're going to jump right in pretty soon. And I think I might do some video editing after this. I have to decide if that's a priority or maybe we'll just save that for Friday. Last Friday, we tried just doing video editing on the stream, and everyone left. So it worked before. We did this once before, and it was fun, but I think people had seen the video maybe. But it made it easy for me to do it, which is the point of it all. Okay, folks, so hit me with where are you at? What are you grateful for? Where's the stream? Here it is. There we are. Stream manager. Excellent. Okay, folks, we're going to begin the meditation pretty soon. In a few seconds. So hit me with where you at, what are you grateful for, and then we'll begin. Hello, here, Cat Letterbox coming from Zurich. Great to see you. Great to have you here with us. Aaron from Indiana. Grateful for the upcoming retreat. Me too. I'm glad you'll be there. I'm very excited. You probably got the email. We had everything went out. Thank everyone for their patience, for cripe's sake. And then we'll go from there. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah. Okay. Whew. So I'm like coming in hot. I'm just like racing to get here. A dog thing. What else, folks? Oops. What else is going on before we begin? I also had half a plan for meditation today, but I'm going to talk it out right now. Let me know what you think. I don't know if it was today's Wednesday, we did the first of the IFS practices, which was contacting the part. The next day we did beginning to interact with the part. I think if I were to break this down, beginning to interact with the part, if I were to break this down to the next thing, listening to the part's needs, maybe it would be navigating parts. We kind of went over that a little bit, but maybe the next section of this series would be how do you decide which part to move to? How do you decide like what to do, basically where to move? Questions to ask your parts. Maybe that's a good thing to do, questions to ask your parts. I just don't want to get people too in their heads though while they're doing this. So might be where to go or how to interact with the parts. How do you decide which parts you want to interact with at any given point? How do you decide if what you're experiencing is how you feel about the part or is it another part? Let me think about this in the healing, as far as healing parts. Yeah, I feel like, okay, there's 3 magic questions that I think are, okay, if you, 1, let's make in the notes here, 1. Hello, Aaron, would be helpful for me. Okay, so the first thing you want to establish a connection with the part. You need to be able to establish a connection with the part. Then there are 3 questions that I think are key. So first you establish a connection with the part. Okay. Actually, first you establish a connection. How do I? Yeah, okay. So here's what you would do. Here's the protocol. First, you establish a connection with the part. You find any part. Find it. Second, you check, how do I feel about this part? If you have anything but like just gentle, kind regard or curiosity or sort of like, any holding it gently in any way, you have to assume that that's actually another part that's blended with you. So if a part arises and you're like, I can't stand that part, I wish it would go away. For me, if I think about like my procrastinating part, like a part that's like, I don't really want to do it. We could just go out, watch a cool show, which P.S. I started watching Maniac. Well, I think I was on Netflix. The show is awesome. I'm only a few episodes in, but it's really good so far. It's really smart. It's like it's like dystopian alternate universe. It's not that it's not that alternate though. It's like close enough to ours where you're like, yeah, it's pretty good. Really well acted. Okay, so the part of me that just wants to watch a show or that kind of thing, I can imagine a response where I'm just like, I hate that part. I don't want to procrastinate anymore. I hate that part. So we have to be clear that that's probably another part of us. Let's see. So first, establish a part. How do I feel towards that part? If I'm coming to that part from kind awareness, we could call it, or from self-energy, as they call it in IFS, basically that kind, compassionate sort of place. You like the show? Good. I'm glad you liked it. I liked it too. I'm not too far in. Don't spoil it. But I can tell you I'm on B. B has just entered the chat, so to speak. Cat letterbox. Cool. Would like to watch it. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm surprised how good it is. It's also really, really nuanced. There's a lot of like, it reminds me of Russian Doll, which was just like so beautifully put together. Like the details of all of the little pieces just fit so perfectly. It like really created a sense of a world. There's so many like subtle details that are just killer. So the point of it is, you come to that part with kind awareness. When you find that is the relationship you have to the part, this is the thing that gets really tricky, is I don't know how many of these things can we pack into one meditation. At that point, you then ask questions. So question might be, what do you do? What do you do, part? Do you like doing that? And then finally would be, is there anything that would feel like a relief? Yeah, it was a good one. Okay, so I feel like those shows end up feeling like more like artwork than like, those are really beautiful shows. Okay, so can we pull this off in one meditation is my question. Establish a connection. We did a whole meditation on that, so let's assume people know how to do that. How do you feel towards the part? I was going to do a whole meditation just on this, is like, what's my relationship towards this part? And if it's not kind awareness, then you say, well, listen, part that's judging, part that's like kind of coming at a weird angle, do you mind just hanging out on the side? Like, you don't have to go away, but just like hang out on the side, and I'm going to see if I can have a relationship with this part that's more neutral and spacious and kind in that way. And you would then, then start asking questions. It's funny because I don't know that this is 2 meditations, but I don't know this is too much for one meditation. We're going to try it. Hopefully this isn't too much internal narrative, too much internal thinking. Okay, folks, so we're going to meditate here for 25 minutes. I'm going to encourage you to stay in relative stillness. Here are my steps. I'm going to put these in the chat. Why can't you have a line break? Why can't I have a line break, people? Okay. that is the general breakdown. So don't worry about those. I'm going to manage those. That's actually just for me to have in my notes. The point of it all is, though, that we are going to meditate for 25 minutes. Find a nice, comfortable position that you can maintain for the duration. And when Cat Letterbox is ready, we will... Oh, is it like a play on Cat Litterbox? I never thought of that. Okay. When Cat Letterbox is ready, we will jump directly in. So let us know when you're ready. What happens if I slowly... Does it start over? Oh, it doesn't start over. That's weird. Is the timer going to be all off now? Okay, good. I think it's fine now. You're ready. Okay, great. Plant letter. Cat plant box. Cat. I don't understand the plant thing, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's meditate, folks. Here we go. One sec. Beginning by taking a few comfortable deep breaths and just feeling the body rise and fall. As we begin to settle into the meditation, beginning to engage in our vagal breathing. So we're going to intentionally shape the breath, letting the in-breath start at the belly, expanding the lower belly, eventually expanding the side ribs, filling the upper chest, letting the whole torso rise with the breath, and then holding, pausing with the in-breath for about 3 or 4 seconds, and then letting the out-breath be long and smooth and refined. If you want to get used to this timing, you can count in for 7 seconds, hold for 3 or 4, breathe out for around 7 seconds, but once you get this sense of the timing down, you can simply breathe in this way without counting. And we start in this way to engage the part of our nervous system which is quiet, calm, down regulating. And what we may start to notice after a few minutes is that all of the usual activity we experience as ourselves will continue to function somewhere in the foreground, and in the background it's as though a kind of quiet, still space begins to coalesce. So we're letting all of that activity rest in that still space, as though all of our parts, all of our different selves could lean back into the soft armchair of a quiet nervous system. And as we relax the body, notice if there are any parts, any preferring, as we relax the head, the face, the back of the tongue, letting the jaw go slack. Staying with the breathing as we relax the neck and the shoulders. The arms, the hands, allowing the breath to stay in this same formation and noticing the natural tightening and relaxing, the various pressures expanding, contracting in the torso as the breath comes and goes. Relaxing the hips and the upper legs, the knees and calves, and relaxing the feet. And finding any part of us as we begin to relax all of the body. Inviting any part that is arising into the totality of our experience, into awareness. Recognizing that the awareness which surrounds us, which passes through all of our experiences, does not need anything to be different. This is a good way to see if you're experiencing a part or awareness. Awareness doesn't need any experience to be other than it is. So recognizing that this is deeply kind. It's a deeply compassionate way to relate to any being, not needing it to be different in any way whatsoever. Letting that gentle, kind awareness hold, support any part. And if it feels like we are a part, if it feels like we are some sub-self, meaning we feel identified or we feel like it is us who has a need that wants something to change, we're annoyed or frustrated, we love this process, it's wonderful, we want it to continue. Any need, Recognize that that is a part. See if you can welcome it into that kind awareness and cultivate just a little bit of separation. Another way to cultivate that separation is to re-engage with the slow, smooth breathing. And so this is the process, noticing, are there any parts? Can I hold those parts in this spacious, kind awareness? If so, simply being with that part, letting that part feel the sunlight of our true being, this kind, welcoming awareness. But often we find that we can't support that separation. That the separation feels not possible, that we are identified with, we are blended with that part. In other words, it simply feels like me. This is how parts often operate. In order to be heard, they need to come to the surface and become us, take over the seat of consciousness. And that's natural. It's not a problem. The goal is not to get rid of any particular parts. It's to welcome them. So if it feels like I myself am identified at this moment, there's no connection to this kind awareness, then the process will feel more like reaching out. If there's a little bit of a connection, it'll feel like a kind of atmosphere of kind awareness soaking and surrounding our current experience of a self with me in the middle. That's fine, just enjoy that. Rest. Like a kind of embryo resting in this warm space, welcoming atmosphere. And then there's the possibility that we can feel entirely separate from that experience. When we feel overwhelmed or isolated, this is often how we feel. This is often why it's so painful, because we feel alone, separate. Separate from what? Our true being, that which connects us to all others, this kind, welcoming awareness. So in this case, we're going to use our experiential memory, our felt sense of having had contact with this kind awareness at some point. And we're going to reach out. If we feel disconnected, the question we can ask ourselves is, disconnected from what? And the mind may answer, but we're looking for a more felt sense. Even if there's a little bit of self occurring, we can still use this process. What is it that I'm experiencing separation from? Letting awareness expand to reach that unknown, unreachable place. But remember, we can often tend to reach out in this way, in one direction, often just in front of us. So I'd like you to reach out towards awareness, towards that unconditioned experience in all directions. Front, back, left, right, up, down. This reaching out to something we don't have contact with might be viewed as being similar to prayer. It requires a kind of faith, but it also requires our experiential memory, remembering what was that experience that I know clearly of safety, peace, warmth. I recall there was an awareness that didn't need anything of me. Reaching out in all directions to that awareness. If that is present at the moment, if that kind awareness is even a little bit present, it's important to begin to recognize this kind of awareness as a kind of home, someplace we can rest and return to any time, someplace we can abide, feeling the relief of resting in that kind awareness, if it's present, because this is the experiential memory we'll need if we ever feel separate. Treating and relating to this kind awareness as a kind of home, something we can return to for the rest of our lives at any point. If we find that we become distracted or drift away, if we find that we become distracted or drift away, recognizing if a part was distracted, which is usually the case. And re-engaging with the process. If we are able to contact kind awareness, just resting in that kind awareness. If we cannot contact the kind awareness, using our experiential memory to enter into what we might call prayer position, reaching out in all directions towards something we know from experience but feel separate from. Remember that parts who feel separate long. They know that it would be deeply relieving if they could finally rest. Moving in that direction, what would be relief for whatever part is arising now? It could finally rest. Finding that space, finding that direction where that part could rest. This is the threshold. This is the great point of alchemy. That experience of the part resting is the experience of that part metabolizing its separation. It's coming in contact with what it knows deep within itself. That there is a chance for relief. Parts wouldn't try. Parts wouldn't reach out and struggle and want if there wasn't some sense of, at the end of all that wanting, they could finally and if there's a part that truly feels separate, truly can't let go of focusing on the separation experience, to reach out for that which it knows in its being it is separate from, then we can bring to this part understanding. Of course you feel separate in this way, and of course that hurts. Of course. Just bringing whatever kindness we can to that part, even if it's simply the kindness of a slow, deliberate breath and a quiet nervous system. staying with the practice, staying in stillness. Very slowly allowing a little bit of light to enter the eyes, letting whatever parts are present see this little bit of light entering the eyes. Parts are usually deeply isolated. They don't get to use or experience all of our rich senses. Eventually letting these parts rest. The eyes on a single point as the eyes fully open. Breathing deeply and letting these parts feel the entire body. Engage with a tiny bit of movement throughout the entire body. Thanking any parts. Letting them know they're welcome to come visit us in our consciousness at any time. And in this way, letting this particular moment be the great teacher that shows us how we might bring this practice into every aspect of our life. Okay, allow yourself a little stretch. All right, folks. A little deviation from the plan by far, but as I started guiding, I was like, I think we need to go in this direction. This is actually a step before all the stuff we talked about in the next section. I think we're going to do those later. So Naz, will you make a note of what I have here in the chat and make a note for me that that's going to be part of our section 2 IFS parts stuff. Okay, folks, hit me with where you at. What do you? Oh no, we did that. Hit me with your reports. Tell me what it was like. What happened? What do you like now? And what it was like, what happened, and what do you like now? And I'm going to pop open the Discord. Pop open a hot, steaming, no, icy cool carafe of Discord. Okay, here we go. Beep, 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 beep. Where's that? There we go. There we go. It's on, folks. Oh. Okay, I'm here in Discord. If you want to chat, let me know. Beep, 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 beep. And if not, hit me with your experience in the chat. What was that like? What happened? What do you like now? I need to re-record something for our video, so if you guys want it, while you're doing that, I'm going to queue up this video. Where's that? Oh, thank you, Tomlin. Oh yeah, maybe we'll do that. What's this? Oh, that's chat. Is that the chat? What the heck? Wait, put something in the chat. Test chat. I don't see the chat. Okay, hold on. I want to. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, we got ourselves some reports. Let's hit these up. Report from Cat Letterbox.
Felt 2 parts, one on my upper stomach, anger, and another in my throat, repression of that anger. Bowed to the parts, maybe the prayer bit, and was yawning a lot, which was liberating.
Yeah, I should have mentioned that. Look for any like body, speaking of which, body expression of whatever part. So yawning, stretching, anything like that. Oh, I wish I'd mentioned that. Oh, yeah. I think the way the part wants to express itself. Did we, oh crap. Did we go over that in the listening to parts? Yeah, I think we did. It could be anything. Yeah, we mentioned that. It could be any see, hear, feel. Okay. Hit me with reports, or if anyone is on Discord, let me know. But right now, I'm going to go to transition here. Let's see if I can set this up. Am I still audible? Check. Yeah, okay, still audible. Let me see if I can load up the editing that I want to do real quick. Okay, here's the video that I'm supposed to finish editing ASAP. And is that visible for you folks? Looks like yes. So many of me. Okay, we got someone in the chat here. What's the chat saying? What's the chat up to? Aaron says, exactly. Very good. Excellent, excellent. So that's really the key. I wonder sometimes if all really parts need would be to hang with kind awareness for a really long time, and that would actually do it. That would make it work, but I don't know. Okay, this is something my editor said was a mistake, and that the audio that I chose did not fit in this edit. So hit me with anything else you want to report here, folks. I'm going to do a little editing as we speak. Where is, oh, there it is. Okay. In the meantime, I'm just setting myself up because I have to do this editing and da. So yeah, any other reports, questions, comments, queries, challenges, or concerns? And okay, 510. Okay, 510. No, this audio, where is this? 540. Okay, at 540. I tried to re-record some audio to fit into this video. This is our video on sleep that we're putting out real soon. Oh, it's got to refresh probably. $540. Okay, so not listening to that experience. Now I have to listen to the audio to see if the audio clip that I sent him was good enough, because I thought it was fine. Okay, I think we're going to go with it. Okay, what other reports, questions, comments, queries? I don't want to just get into editing mode. Okay, if folks have nothing they want to add, I don't want to keep you in meditation prison. Where's the Discord? Double check here. Anyone here? Okay. Folks, if that's it, I'm going to call it. Lovely to be here with you. I'm going to jump into do more work getting ready for this retreat, doing more editing. What a great freeze frame. Okay. And then we'll go from there. Folks, lovely to be here with you as always. Let's play some outro music. How about that? Beep, 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 beep. Thank you, Cat Letterbox. So folks, as always, take this particular moment to reconnect with those parts, to find out what it's like to experience those parts in kind awareness, letting this particular moment be this great teacher that we've been talking about this whole time. Folks, lovely to be here with you, as always, and as always, practice well, take care of each other, have fun, and we'll see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.